Irish haters, the recruiting is over, commitments have been made, transfers decided, practices are in motion, games are slated, bowl games are unknown participants with national champions uncrowned. But to play like a champion, you have to talk like a champion. Welcome back, Irish Nation. I am Mr. CeeLo coming to you with another edition of Talk Like a Champion. As you guys know, it's no secret that we have a true gunslinger in the sense of the word in Sam Hartman. But the question has been from gentlemen like Kirk Herbstreit, who made a quote during the USC game that he didn't have enough playmakers at wide receiver last year when Drew Pyne was the quarterback, saying that Drew Pyne didn't have guys that weren't making plays for him. And I don't know if there are any of you out there that have a soft spot for Drew Pyne. He was okay, but he's part of the problem at Notre Dame. Yeah. A lot of people don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Quarterback play has been subpar, to say the least. People, we have to keep it in perspective. Notre Dame's quarterback play has not been up to par, in essence, which is a lot of the reason why we're very fortunate to be getting guys like Colzie and Tobias Meriweather. You know, you look at the roster top to bottom, and we're grateful to have Gerard Parker here at Notre Dame as our new OC. He's tight end coach last year, as many of you may or may not know. But you're talking about guys that are true 4-stars. Colzie grew up right in my backyard, playing at Athens Academy. He's from McDonough, Georgia. Tobias Meriweather, 6'4", 205, West Camas, Washington, I think it is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, playing at Union High School. And we got another great player whom Locked On Irish, you go check those guys out at Locked On Irish. We've got another guy named Drayden Greathouse, who he spoke really highly of this kid. He's 6'1", 213. Kind of reminds me, and give me just a second on this one, he kind of reminds me of the way Golden Tate was built. If you guys know, Golden Tate was aptly named, if you will. The guy was 5'10", and I'm trying to find his weight, guys. But Golden Tate was like a bowling ball, and he was a baseball player. And as I'm looking him up, I want you guys to see some of his highlights. They say he's listed at 191. I'm not so sure about that. I would say he was more like, his listed weight was 191, but the guy had such a low center of gravity, and he was so strong. He's such a great player as you're looking at some of his highlights. But when I see a guy like Drayden Greathouse and I see that 6'1", 213, I'm really reminded of Golden Tate because he was 5'10" and was 191 pounds, and you see that thick frame. And like I said, he spoke well of him, saying he played really well. But if he's 6'1", 213, I'm looking at a guy who's going to get the ball in space. And for him to be the type of 4-star / 5-star freshman that he is, hopefully, I'm hoping, you still got Jaden Thomas, but I think with the list of receivers we have on the field, we should be able to run up and down the field on people on the outside and let our tight ends eat up the middle of the field. But that's what we're about. We're looking at the wide receiver pool. And what I'm thinking, what I feel is if they utilize Tobias Meriweather and Colzie, and I believe Sam Hartman will, you could have that Golden Tate, Michael Floyd type of duo brewing in South Bend. Now, guys, you remember You remember how formidable that duo was. I said it in the Sam Hartman video, guys. The only thing that stopped Charlie Weis from being successful at Notre Dame is he just could not get the defense together. I know you guys remember the USC game way back when. I think it was 2009. We got down 3 scores and came back in that game. Tied it up, if I recall correctly. Either tied it or took the lead. I can't remember. But we got behind, and I thought it was over. But then that was when Golden Tate went crazy. And the thing that bothers me more than anything else, people, is guys like Kirk Herbstreit, who we've seen our past where we've had really good wide receivers, and we're very fortunate at Notre Dame that we have not lost the ability to recruit guys like Jaden Greathouse and Tobias Meriweather, as well as Deion Colzie. Now Colzie is going into his junior year of eligibility, and he's a true junior. Now, I can understand you not using Colzie as a freshman, which I still don't understand because the kid's 6'4" and he weighs 211. He didn't weigh 211 when he came here. I think it was like 200 and something. But this guy he's got a receiver body now. No excuse, especially now with a gunslinger like Hartman. Same thing with Meriweather. Look at this right here. The one that comes to mind is the Stanford throw. I'm seeing Meriweather. It's going to be the Meriweather Colzie. Meriweather Colzie. Remember? Tate Floyd, Floyd Tate. Tate Floyd, Floyd Tate. Colzie Meriweather, Meriweather Colzie. Hartman to Colzie. Hartman to Meriweather. Doesn't that sound good, guys? Doesn't that sound real good? I mean, you look at a guy like Drew Pine, and this is no disrespect to him, but he's not Sam Hartman. He's not. And we can put the same stat up that we had in 2022. We look at how many attempts that were made past 10 yards. And majorities are Drew Pines. Because it wasn't long after Tyler Buckner got hurt. So we can assume, I would say vast majority of these throws went from him. 52 for 110 for 1,282 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. You can vastly say that a lot of these went to Drew Pine. And then the same thing when you look at 20 plus. You're talking about 41 of 93, and then you got 24 of 51, which that's not bad, but you're talking about throws that a lot of them were misses. Just plain old misses. And honestly, we need more shots on the field. When you got a receiver, and this is the problem, Deion Colzie and Tobias Meriweather are 6'4" plus people. These guys are going to win vast majority of their matchups. This was the biggest problem I had last year when we had Jaden Thomas. Everything was to Michael Mayer. A lot of your deep throws were to Michael Mayer. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, are we kidding right now? Is that what we're doing right here? Is the only deep throws we're going to make is to Michael Mayer? And then you get guys like Kirk Herbstreit who are saying they're the only guys that can get open. Baloney. You're not going to sit here and tell me these were the only guys when you had Braden Lindsey, Avery Davis, Lorenzo Styles. And there was many times, and people are going to say he struggled with drops. I get that. But when you hardly get the ball thrown to you, people will say, well, you got to make the most of it. Yeah, I agree, but when a guy is not accustomed to catching the football, it's kind of like, I got to get used to touching the ball here, guy. But you got guys now that are going to win 50-50 balls. This is not even up for debate. This is not even up for debate. You've got guys that are going to win these jump balls. And they're faster and more athletic than what Michael Mayer was. Granted, you had Drew Pine that was the quarterback, and he was making the throws and the calls because he was roommates with Michael Mayer. I get that. But you have to realize, listen, these guys came here not to be glorified blockers. These guys were 4-star recruits looking to become the Garrett Wilsons and the Marvin Harrison III type, junior type guys. They want to be potential first-round top 5 picks in the NFL draft. When was the last time Notre Dame had a first-round guy, from wide receiver? The last Notre Dame wide receiver to be taken in the first round was Will Fuller. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that showed a lot. Michael Floyd was taken first overall, and so was Tyler Eifert in the first round. And, a lot of people are going to say Notre Dame wide receivers and tight ends have not turned out very well lately. First-round picks, that is. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the system that they play in and the inability of teams to utilize what they did at the next level. I think that goes with any tight end. Brian Kelly basically said last year, we're throwing this football. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We are going to throw this football, and we're going to throw it deep down the field. And that's what they've got to do with Meriweather and Colzie. Use your tight ends, eat up the middle of the field. Let the defenses know, hey, they're not going deep with the tight ends. Hey, they're going over the top with the wideouts. But guess what? You can't cover everything. And then not to mention that nasty running game with our bowling ball. Audric Estime. These two guys with that running game and play action pass, this is going. They say they're going to run a lot of RPO, which is fine, but I'd rather see a lot of that old school Notre Dame run it down your throat and then go play action. Because guess what? Them safeties are going to be peeping, and when they start peeking, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get one-on-one situations. A lot of them. And they're talking about running RPOs and possibly using Sam Hartman in the run game, which is fine, but I don't want that. I don't think anybody in Irish Nation wants that because guess what? This guy's more valuable to us with his arm. We've seen the quarterbacks that can run it. Listen, if you're going to utilize him running the football, utilize him like Cincinnati does with Joe Burrow. Use it on occasion. But my thing is Meriweather and Colzie in 2023 are going to be the Floyd and Tate connection. That's what it's going to look like, guys. And I wanted to let you guys know that. Look for big things from Tobias Meriweather and Deion Colzie. Deion Colzie's the forgotten entity. There's a lot of Notre Dame platforms that are talking a lot about Meriweather, but they're not talking much about Colzie. Let's not forget, Colzie was a high four-star recruit in his own right. So we can't just neglect Meriweather. I mean, we can't neglect Colzie just because Meriweather had the better spring. I mean, it's great if you do because he's going to be, other teams obviously not going to pay attention to him. But, guys, I want to know what you think about the Meriweather-Colzie connection. Now, I'm not going to forget about Jaden Thomas, but this is the most important one. I'm going to go ahead before you guys start telling me what you think. I'm going to make a prediction. We already know about Sam Hartman. I talked about him in the other video. I am going to make a prediction about Hartman. He's going to throw for over 30 scores. I have a prediction. Colzie will have 10, and Meriweather will have at least 10 apiece. These two guys. Hopefully Colzie doesn't go to the NFL, but he probably will with these numbers. But I want to hear what you guys have to think. Will Meriweather and Colzie have their best season since Floyd and Tate? Let me know what you think, guys. Before we get ready to wrap up, guys, hit me up over at Talk Like a Champion over on the Facebook, and also I'm going to have another poll up. I currently have a poll up about Sam Hartman. Will he lead the Irish to a national championship? I didn't mention that in the previous video, but you guys go over there. Let me know what you think. Also, go visit my Instagram at Mr. CeeLo, and check me out on my other platforms, Growlin' and Prowlin', my Carolina Panthers channel, and my Gridiron Gab Pro Style, which is my professional football, where we talk about all the things on the pro gridiron, and then Gridiron Gab Triple Option, which we discuss all things of the college football gridiron. But as we say goodbye, all Irish nation, until we meet again, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sunshine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.